Neno, nataka tu test sound. Acha tuone kama hii kitu iko online kwanza. Nimeanza tu streaming.
Tumia link kwa video na
Kidogo tu nianze. Satua. Iko. Inasikia inachu kidogo. Inasikika? No, I think. Yeah, naona ni sisi tunasikika. Oh.
2 1 1 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2
I did not think it would tell me that you could.
startup that trade in the Kenyan space agent.
how to conduct tests in aircrafts when you are pushing the limit. After ETPS, the test pilot school, I joined the French Flight Test Center, which is in Cazaux Air Base in southwest of France. And there I served as a test pilot for 3 years, testing new equipment on all sorts of helicopters. And in the end, after this 3 years experience, I logged about 3,000 flight hours on 22 different helicopter types. When I saw the call from ESA to open new selection for an astronaut class, oh my God, I was really happy. And it was a long journey because selection takes a lot of time and takes also a lot of energy. But I was so motivated. I really wanted this to happen, but also I kind of lived this thing without pressure because I had a job I loved. And so I said, okay, whatever happens, I'm going to be happy. I love my job. And this is going to be the cherry on the cake. When I got the final call that I was selected, I was very grateful. I was selected to join the astronaut corps as an astronaut candidate. And the training started almost 6 months after the announcement of the selection. At that time, the 5 of us, we joined the European Astronaut Center in Cologne, Germany, and it was the beginning of a new adventure. At the beginning of the basic training, we are astronaut candidates, and there's a lot of theory, a lot of classes, a lot of time sitting at a chair, taking notes, learning new science. Yeah, it's 1 year that is kind of intense because we go through all of the topics that we need to learn in order to have the foundations and to understand better how spaceflight works. So then in spring 24, we received our diploma as astronauts, and soon after it went very fast. Raphael and I were announced to be assigned to the first missions of our class. So we started our EVA training right away in Houston. And then for me, it was without transition. I immediately went into specific mission training, so it went very fast. And then ESA announced the Epsilon mission. Yeah, it's really a great honor to be to mission. Of course, you're full of gratitude, but that's a big responsibility to represent France and Europe in space. And during our mission on board the ISS, we are going to do a lot of science experiments. It's great to see that scientists all over the world are working to make the best use of space flight and make discoveries that benefit Earth and people on Earth afterwards. I would say that every step in my journey has been driven by curiosity, teamwork, and purpose. And I would say that none of it happened overnight and none of it happened alone. It's a great honor to represent France and Europe in space and to continue the legacy of those who inspired me and many others. I dreamt of becoming an astronaut since I was a little girl. It was part of me for a very long time. I grew up in the countryside in the middle of France in Burgundy. I was raised in a family where curiosity was very much encouraged. We were given a lot of freedom to explore the world by ourselves, and learning was part of everyday life. My grandpa was a mechanic in the French Air Force, and I was hearing his stories about how he would repair aircrafts and how he would give those aircraft to pilots. He lived a lot of adventures with the Air Force, and I really wanted to live a life full of adventure, and all those resonated in me. As a child, I was very inspired by all the biographies of explorers, of adventurers, scientists. I really wanted to have a job which combines science, exploration, adventure. I wanted to live a life full of adventures. I read also the stories of pioneer women. Biographies that touched me the most at that time were the one of Marie Curie. I thought she was really an example for courage and also determination and giving her knowledge to science, and that was a big impact on me. I really wanted to work for science. When I heard that Claudie and Yuri launched to space, I was 14 years old, and at that time I already knew that I dreamt of becoming an astronaut, but didn't really know it would be possible. I really kept this dream far away, not reachable at all, just like a dream, a kid's dream. But when I saw she launched, I thought like, wow, I want to do my best to make it happen for me. I studied aerospace engineering at a university called ISAE Super-Héros in Toulouse in France. There I not only learned engineering, but also I learned to fly. I really wanted to learn to fly as many aircrafts as possible, so I got my private pilot license with Super-Héros, and then shortly after I got my glider's license, shortly after I got my skydiving license. I really wanted to fly. So basically every opportunity that was given to fly, I was full on. I applied for MIT for a master's degree, and I moved to Boston because I really wanted to learn with them how to do the design of cockpits, of spacecrafts or aircraft as a way that is optimizing the performance between the machine and the human. I also did my research on how the human body adapts to artificial gravity on a centrifuge. And it was basically designing a program so that astronauts could get less sick when they fly to space. So now I'm happy I learned about this now. Shortly after MIT, I joined Airbus Helicopter, and I was their cockpit design engineer. And there I contributed to the design of the cockpit of the H225. To be honest, I really fell in love with the helicopters there. And because I was still passionate about flying, I thought, okay, I need to find another job where I actually do not work on cockpits, but where my office is a cockpit. So I just knocked on the door of the French Air Force. I did all my basic training in the military. That was really challenging. I loved it because I loved sports and adventures, and for me it was the pinnacle of adventures. I joined the Search and Rescue Squadron. It's based on Cazaux Air Base in southwest of France, which flies the H225 for search and rescue. So I did a lot of missions to rescue people. You're really pushing your limits when you're rescuing people in difficult conditions. I joined the test pilot school, really with this goal in mind to become a test pilot in order to help me on this path to become an astronaut. And so I did my whole training in a school in the UK, in Boscombe Down. It was a great experience with a lot of international cooperation. I learned a lot, and especially how to conduct tests in aircrafts when you are pushing the limit. After ETPS, the test pilot school, I joined the French Flight Test Center, which is in Cazaux Air Base in southwest of France. And there I served as a test pilot for 3 years, testing new equipment on all sorts of helicopters. And in the end, after this 3 years experience, I logged about 3,000 flight hours on 22 different helicopter types. When I saw the call from ESA to open new selection for an astronaut class, oh my God, I was really happy. And it was a long journey because selection takes a lot of time and takes also a lot of energy. But I was so motivated. I really wanted this to happen, but also I kind of lived this thing without pressure because I had a job I loved. And so I said, okay, whatever happens, I'm going to be happy. I love my job. And this is going to be the cherry on the cake. When I got the final call that I was selected, I was very grateful. I was selected to join the astronaut corps as an astronaut candidate. And the training started almost 6 months after the announcement of the selection. At that time, the 5 of us, we joined the European Astronaut Center in Cologne, Germany, and it was the beginning of a new adventure. At the beginning of the basic training, we are astronaut candidates, and there's a lot of theory, a lot of classes, a lot of time sitting at a chair, taking notes, learning new science. Yeah, it's 1 year that is kind of intense because we go through all of the topics that we need to learn in order to have the foundations and to understand better how spaceflight works. So then in spring 24, we received our diploma as astronauts, and soon after it went very fast. Raphael and I were announced to be assigned to the first missions of our class. So we started our EVA training right away in Houston. And then for me, it was without transition. I immediately went into specific mission training, so it went very fast. And then ESA announced the Epsilon mission. Yeah, it's really a great honor to be assigned to a mission. Of course, you're full of gratitude, but that's a big responsibility to represent France and Europe in space. And during our mission on board the ISS, we are going to do a lot of science experiments. It's great to see that scientists all over the world are working to make the best use of space flight and make discoveries that benefit Earth and people on Earth afterwards. I would say that every step in my journey has been driven by curiosity, teamwork, and purpose. And I would say that none of it happened overnight and none of it happened alone. It's a great honor to represent France and Europe in space and to continue the legacy of those who inspired me and many others. I dreamt of becoming an astronaut since I was a little girl. It was part of me for a very long time. I grew up in the countryside in the middle of France in Burgundy. I was raised in a family where curiosity was very much encouraged. We were given a lot of freedom to explore the world by ourselves, and learning was part of everyday life. My grandpa was a mechanic in the French Air Force, and I was hearing his stories about how he would repair aircrafts and how he would give those aircraft pilots. He lived a lot of adventures with the Air Force, and I really wanted to live a life full of adventure, and all those resonated in me. As a child, I was very inspired by all the biographies of explorers, of adventurers, scientists. I really wanted to have a job which combines science, exploration, adventure. I wanted to live a life full of adventures. I read also the stories of pioneer women. Biographies that touched me the most at that time were the one of Marie Curie. I thought she was really an example for courage and also determination and giving her knowledge to science. And that was a big impact on me. I really wanted to work for science. When I heard that Claudie Agneray launched to space, I was 14 years old. And at that time, I already knew that I dreamt of becoming an astronaut, but didn't really know it would be possible. I really kept this dream far away, not reachable at all, just like a dream, a kid's dream. But when I saw she launched, I thought like, wow, I want to do my best to make it happen for me. I studied aerospace engineering at a university called ISAE Super Héros in Toulouse in France. There, I not only learned engineering, but also I learned to fly. At that age, I really wanted to learn to fly as many aircrafts as possible, so I got my private pilot license with Superhéros. And then shortly after, I got my glider's license. Shortly after, I got my skydiving license. I really wanted to fly. So basically, every opportunity that was given to fly, I was full on. I applied for MIT for a master's degree, and I moved to Boston because I really wanted to learn with them how
The ceiling, but,
to
you
do
know,
the
again,
design
all you have to
of
do is
cockpits,
turn
of
yourself and your reference
spacecrafts or aircraft.
changes. The reason I'm bringing that up is because this is where 4 out of 6 of us sleep. And so people always ask about sleeping in space. Do you lie down? Are you in a bed? Not really, because it doesn't matter. You don't really have the sensation of lying down. You just sit in your sleeping bag. So here's one sleep station right here. I'm going in right now. You can follow me if you want. So I'm inside. It's sort of like a little phone booth, but it's pretty comfy. I've got a sleeping bag right here that we sleep in, so we don't have sort of like a little bit of a cover. We don't fly all over the place. But you know, you can sleep in any orientation. I have it feeling like I'm standing up right now, but like you saw, I'm on the floor. But it doesn't matter if I turn over and I sleep upside down. I don't have any sensation in my head that tells me that I'm upside down, so it really doesn't matter. The sleep station is also like a little office. We've got a computer in here. As you can see, we've got a couple little toys. I've got some books. I've got some clothes and other things that make it sort of like home. I'm coming out. And just for reference, that's one sleep station. This one's another, right here. There's one on the ceiling, if you want to call it, right here. And then there's a 4th on the other wall over here. So all of us sleep in a little bit of a circle. All right, come on back. There's more to show you. I know that there's some questions about how to use the bathroom and how to actually live in space like normal. Like I mentioned real quickly about getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth and washing your face. Well, how do you do that? Well, here is the bathroom, essentially. You get up in the morning, and we have a little kit, and it has all the essential things that you need, like your toothbrush and toothpaste and brush. See how much better the brush makes my hair look? I'm just joking. It still stands up straight. It doesn't matter where you are. It's always going to stand up straight while you're up in space. A lot of people ask about toothbrush and toothpaste. So, luckily enough, toothpaste, you can do it upside right this way, is sticky, and so it sticks to your toothbrush. No problem. Another cool thing is that water sticks to your toothbrush too. If you can see it, I'll have some water come out. The water is pretty neat up in space. It'll stick to your toothbrush, and it will make a big bubble. And that's just by surface tension. And then you can drink it. So a lot of people ask about what do you do with the toothpaste after you brush your teeth. Two options. Swallow it, and it's sort of like mouthwash, but it tastes a little gross. Or you can just spit it out in a paper towel, and then you don't have to worry about it. Swallowing thing I wouldn't recommend at home. I'm only up here for 4 months, so it's not that bad. One of the most pressing questions about living in space, of course, is the bathroom. So let's take a look at that little piece of work. Come on in. at the throne. This is awesome. You might see the little, you might have noticed the little moon on the outside. This is our orbital outhouse right here. And of course, it serves for two functions. Number 2, right here.
One, two. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Hear me well? Great. So, I'm the Director General of the Kenya Space Agency. A round of applause for him and his guests as they arrive. So this is the team whole Kenya Space Program, all right? And I think it deserves a louder. Yes, yes. It's not easy doing space, right? So, karibu sana Bwana DG. We are just about to start our program. Are we excited for today? Are we excited for today? How many excited? Hands up. Just to set, allow me to welcome you to this amazing school as we have a historic event, all right? And just before we begin, I'd love us to have the national anthem playing as our guests settle in. Let us all settle in before we begin. Great, and I'd love to welcome everyone once again to this historic event as we have live contact with an astronaut on the International Space Station. A round of applause for that milestone. Just to show you how important this is and how important Kenya is. So just to show you how this event is important, Kenya is the only country in Africa. Hello? So for 2026, Kenya is the only country that has been selected for this program. A round of applause for that. A round of applause. So you're in a room of very special people. So I'd like you to feel that way. So for now, we will begin with the Kenya National Anthem. So we can all rise for the Kenyan National Anthem. you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, students from different schools, leadership from the Kenya Space Agency, leadership from our host school, Swaminarayan Academy, members of the public and general space enthusiasts, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome all of you. I'd like to welcome all of you to this historic event as we host live contact an astronaut from the International Space Station. Now, there's a question I got asked earlier. Is this astronaut on Earth or in space? The astronaut will be talking to today on Earth or in space? In space, right? So we want to set that for the record that the person you'll be talking today can see the whole Earth as you're talking to them. So that's a very special moment, all right? And as we start, I'd like to outline a few housekeeping rules. So today is a very important event that runs on time, all right? And as we get closer to the event coming on board, we want to ensure that you maintain silence just as you are maintaining silence now, all right? That will be very much appreciated. So to start with, I think we'll have opening remarks from our lovely host school. Isn't it a nice school? Isn't it a nice hall they've given us? So a round of applause for Mrs. Sharma, the director of Swaminarayan Academy, to come and give us her opening address. Karibu sana, director. Claps until she gets to stage for hosting us. You have to give her a lot of claps, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to all. The Director General of the Kenya Space Agency, Major General Hilary Kipkoskei, distinguished guests from the Kenya Space Agency and ARIS, our respected industry partners, members of our Board of Governors, school leadership, and our bright and curious students. Welcome to Shri Kutch Satsang Swaminarayan Academy. It is with immense pride, great excitement, and heartfelt joy that I welcome each of you to our campus today. Your presence makes the occasion even more special. Today is truly a historic moment for our school. We are absolutely thrilled to be hosting this event. To have our students speak with an astronaut aboard the International Space Station is nothing short of a feather in the cap of Shri Kutch Satsang Swaminarayan Academy, a milestone which we will all cherish for generations to come. On behalf of our Board of Governors, I wish to express our deepest gratitude. Thank you to our board for your visionary leadership and unwavering support. Your commitment to providing world-class opportunities continues to inspire all of us. We are also profoundly honored and grateful to the Kenya Space Agency, Major General Kipkoskei, and your entire team. Thank you for your partnership, guidance, and for opening doors to the universe for our children. Your dedication to advancing science and inspiring the next generation of Kenyan innovators is truly commendable. And to the ARIS, we appreciate you for making this extraordinary connection across the stars possible. Through the ARIS program, our students now have the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to communicate live with an astronaut. This remarkable experience is a beautiful reminder that education knows no boundaries. It encourages us to look up, to question, and to believe that we can reach beyond what we think is possible. To our dear students, this is your moment. Be curious. Let this event remind you that the hard work and imagination, the sky is not the limit. This is just the beginning. Once again, from the bottom of our hearts, a very warm welcome to all of you. We are so grateful you are here to share in this inspiring and historic milestone with us. May this be a memorable experience for everyone. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for reminding us that this is truly a lifetime moment to cherish. Another round of applause for our host school. So, before I invite the Director General of the Kenya Space Agency, allow me to just indulge you for a moment and speak to the neighbor next to you and tell them this is a historic day. I want to see you turning to your neighbor. Greet them, say, this is a historic day. The neighbor is not responding. Turn to the other one and tell them, I hope you get inspired. I hope you get inspired. Because the main aim of such events is to inspire the next generation. I'm hoping by the time we get to T50, we will be talking with a Kenyan astronaut. Yeah, a round of applause for that. Yeah. Me, I'm telling you, or one of our lovely students here, all right? So next up on stage, I'd like to call Major Hilary Kipkoskei to come and give his opening remarks. A round of applause for our DG, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are all inspired and excited, particularly our young learners. The director of the academy, the faculty and staff of this great institution, members of the board of governors, space enthusiasts, dear learners and future space professionals, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. So allow me to begin by thanking the management of this great institution for the partnership that we've had and continue to have over many things, but specifically on matters space science and technology and on matters advocacy on STEM education. What we are witnessing today is a continuation of the fruits of the collaboration that we have with this institution, but also for accepting to host this great event that happens for our students and particularly for Kenyans. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So it is something to look forward to be excited about, and we hope that it actually breaks that barrier or makes space not as remote or as abstract or as distant as many of the Kenyans imagine. So in a few moments, something remarkable will happen, as you are all expecting, and a few of our students in this audience, right here in Kenya, will have an interaction with a crew member on board the International Space Station, which is cruising at an incredible speed around the Earth. That is an extraordinary promise of ARIS, the amateur radio on the International Space Station program. And today we are privileged to experience it right here in this institution. On behalf of the Kenya Space Agency, the organization I head, I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to ARIS for partnering with us and everyone who worked behind the scenes to make this contact possible. It is not, as many of you could potentially imagine, it's not a small technological feat. It is easy to establish contact with moving or mobile vehicles which are moving at 200 kilometers per hour on a terrestrial surface. But establishing contact and maintaining contact with a vehicle autonomously that is several hundreds of kilometers away and moving at that astronomical speed of 28,000 miles or kilometers per hour, it is a serious technological feat. And for that to actually happen right here, we are very proud to be associated with it. Let me take a moment to highlight why this moment matters beyond the excitement of just merely hearing an astronaut's voice. Kenya's journey into space is young, is relatively young, but it is real, and we are making progress rapidly. We utilize space to support many socioeconomic development activities, including national security and defense. I cannot imagine of any sector that does not have an element or is not enabled by space technology. I always give the example of if you just take a simple selfie here, it will tell us that we are in Langata or potentially at Swaminarayan Academy, and it will give us a timestamp. All that is space technology, that location and time. If you want to check weather forecast, you look at your phone and it tells you that it's going to rain and you wear appropriately, that is space technology. If you are going to your ATM and you are withdrawing money from a bank that is hundreds of kilometers or potentially thousands of kilometers away, it is space that is enabling that. So there are many things that are already with us courtesy of space technologies. We know about Earth because of space. And the beauty of it is that space is not just about engineers. It has to do with many other professional fields: scientists, data analysts, lawyers, environmentalists, agriculture, whatever. They have a space to work in that field that we call space. So we are here today to not only speak with an astronaut, but to demonstrate to you that space is not something distant, it is not abstract, it is not remote, but it's something that is experienced by ordinary people, and it is not just for those who are in advanced economies. And so it is something that Kenya is deeply involved in and something that you can be part of. And you do not need to become an astronaut to pursue a career in space exploration or exploitation. And if that indeed be your dream, please hold on to it. Space does not only need, as I've already said, engineers and space scientists. It needs all of us, because there's something about space that will make your living on Earth more habitable. Therefore, as you listen to the questions that our students here will be posing to the astronaut and listening to their responses from beyond 400 kilometers, do not just listen to the words, but also for the possibilities that that connection represents. To the teachers present, thank you for helping nurture that curiosity. To the RS team and to our radio operators, thank you for building the bridge that makes this possible. And to the students, pay attention, ask good questions, and remember this moment. Today, as one of us has already said, you are listening to the voice of the lady that is in that picture there. One day, it could very well be someone who is seated in this audience. I now invite the Master of Ceremony to continue the rest of the program. Thank you very much, and I look forward to a great contact with our astronaut. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Director General, for reminding us that indeed this continues to be a historic moment, not just for Kenya, not just for our students here, but for the entire space community. All right. So before we go into the next session, I'd just like to recognize the organizations and the schools that are here before we go to our next activity. So what schools do we have represented here? You can just shout the name of your school where you are. Names of schools? Yes. Alliance High School. A round of applause for Alliance High School in the building. Thank you very much. Do you have any other schools represented? Yes. Thika High School. A round of applause for Thika High School. I want to hear the little kids, the junior kids. Yes. What school? A round of applause for St. Scholastica Catholic School. Now let me shift to this side. What schools do we have here? Or we've all graduated? Yes, maybe you can tell us the school.
I'm just homeschool.
Oh, homeschooling. I reckon this is a future astronaut. A round of applause for a future astronaut. What school do you go to?
Kenton.
A round of applause for Kenton. All right. So before we go to the next session, allow me also to recognize a round of applause for our host school, Samina Ryan. Yeah, if it wasn't for them, we couldn't be here, right? So next we will have an online quiz. All right, but before we do that, yes, thank you very much. So you can project the QR code. You can project the QR code. So this is what we will do, all right? You will take out your phone and you will go to ahaslides.com. Ahaslides. And then you can just scan the QR code. Scan the QR code, and the winner might win a trip somewhere. All right? Just joking. But we can scan the QR code. Thank you, technical team. We already have a couple of people joining in. You can scan the QR code, and we get to know what is this International Space Station, what is this object, what is this program that is here. We'll appreciate if you put your real names, okay? Your real names. We have a couple of people joining in. a couple of people joining in. And I see the room is getting fuller, so that's good. I hope everyone on this side can also access that. We will start in the next 1 minute. We'll start in the next 1 minute. And I know there's also an audience online joining us. We have over 50 people joining. So a round of applause also for our online audience. Our online audience joining us all the way across Kenyan counties. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us online as we mark this historic day. So we will start in T minus 10, 9, 8. I hope you can see your name there. 7, 6, 5. Are you able to reach the QR code? I hope so. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Technical team, you can start the questions. So question number 1, I hope you've not locked out anyone. How many sunrises and sunsets do astronauts see on the ISS each day? You have 30 seconds to answer. On Earth, we see 1 sunrise and 1 sunset in a day. That's correct? But it is different for the astronaut we are about to speak to. How many do they experience? How many do they experience? How many do they experience? Let's see if people got it right. Aha, so 40 of you chose 16. So you can imagine we do 1 sunrise, 1 sunset, that's 1 day. But for an astronaut, in 1 day, they see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets. That's crazy, right? So that shows you how fast. I think I'll ask that question. I don't know whether it's here. How far? I think DG has also mentioned that. So I saw there are people who did 7. Good trial. But the answer is 16. All right, we can move to the next question. Question number 2. Question number 2. So the faster you are able to answer, the more points you'll get, all right? So approximately how fast? Yes, our Director General gave us this answer. So if you fail, I'll call you. If you fail, I'll see you, all right? Approximately how fast does the International Space Station travel? 5,000, 12,000, or 28,000 kilometers per hour? Right. So a majority of you got that right. 28,000 kilometers per hour. So for the 9 people that failed, I can tell you are not paying attention to the presentation. All right? So when you have anyone on stage, you need to listen. You might win a prize. All right? So the International Space Station travels round the Earth at a speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. That's fast, all right? Next, we can move to the last question of the day. How many people can typically live on the International Space Station at one time? 3, 7, or 15? How many people can typically live on the International Space Station at one time? 3, 7, or 15? 3, 7, or 15. There are some discussions going around. That's good. So 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Right? So around 7 crew members is the correct answer. So at any given time, so you can take the International Space Station as a small van, right? Where you can fit 7 people. And that van is going at 28,000 kilometers per hour. And one of these 7 people is who we'll be talking to today, astronaut from the International Space Station. So thank you very much for your cooperation. I don't know whether we can check who was first, who was, I don't think so. Okay.
for future crews. Since then, there have been many expeditions to the space station. Crews of 6 people regularly live and work there, rotating with new crews every 4 to 6 months. Here is an interesting fact. The size of the space station is equal to the volume of a 5-bedroom house, or 2 747 airplanes. The station itself is about the size of a football field, and it would weigh about 1 million pounds on Earth. There are lots of parts to the station that are important to help everything run smoothly. Let's talk about a few. Laboratories are where astronauts conduct research that they cannot do anywhere else. Solar arrays collect energy from the sun to provide electrical power. They are connected to a long truss that includes radiators that control the space station's temperature. There are robotic arms that are located outside of the station that help astronauts build additions to the station and make repairs. Some arms also help move astronauts around during spacewalks and aid in space experiments. Airlocks are what the crews pass through to go outside for spacewalks, and docking ports allow other spacecraft to connect to the station, allowing crews and visitors to come and go and supplies to be delivered. There are many reasons why the space station is important, including the fact that there is research done there that can only be conducted from space, like studying the effects of living in microgravity over long periods of time. Microgravity means the condition of being weightless or of the near absence of gravity. The space station also sets the groundwork for future space exploration. As of now, the International Space Station will operate through the year 2028. After that, its fate is unclear.
Thank you very much. I hope you've learned a thing or two about
What
the
is the International Space Station?
And next we will have a Kenyan pioneer in the space industry, Madam, I hope the video is up. Yes, we'll want to hear from one of our Kenyans as well on this program.
Habari zenu yote. My name is Wanjiko Rebecca Njumba, and before anything else, I want to start off with congratulating the Kenya Space Agency and this school for bringing the ARISS program to Kenya. The chance to speak live with an astronaut on the International Space Station is a powerful reminder that space is no longer something that belongs to a few distant nations. It belongs to all of us, and it's calling your name. Your voice leaves this room, and space answers back. Now, let me tell you what I do, because when I was your age, no one told me that this was a job that existed. On the technical side, my work teaches a spacecraft how to look at that tumbling object in the distance, work out how it's moving, reach out and take hold of it safely, autonomously, without a human hand anywhere near it. I sometimes describe it as catching a spinning ball in the dark while you're also moving, and you only get one attempt. But now I didn't begin there. I began as a young girl in Kenya who asked too many questions. I was told more than once, in more ways than one, that this field was not meant for someone like me. So let me tell you what I wish someone told me back then. You don't need permission to be interested in anything. Not from a teacher, not from a relative, not from anyone who has already decided what a scientist looks like. Curiosity does not require a signature. To the girls listening especially, there will be rooms where you are the only one, lecture halls, laboratories, boardrooms. I have been in many of them. Do not make yourself smaller to fit in. That room is not complete until you're in it, and the work is not as good without you. Make friends with mathematics. I know how it is spoken about, but mathematics is a language. It is a language every spacecraft, every satellite, every rocket is written in. You're not bad at it. You're just early in it. Build things and break things. Join a club that deals with various electronics. Take them apart. Write a code that fails. Every engineer I respect has a history of things that did not work. The ones who succeed are simply the ones who kept going after they didn't. Here's something I want you to also hold on to. Kenya sits on the equator. That's one of the most valuable positions on Earth for reaching orbit. A rocket launched from the equator gets a free push from the planet's own rotation. So when people speak about the space economy, understand this. This is not something happening far away that Kenya might one day be invited to join. It is being built right now. And it needs Kenyan engineers, technicians, lawyers, doctors, entrepreneurs, and dreamers. It needs you, not eventually, actually. In a few minutes, the International Space Station will pass over Kenya, and nothing about that is ordinary. It happens because somebody learned physics, somebody learned radio, somebody practiced and failed and practiced again, and then pointed an antenna at exactly the right piece of sky at exactly the right moment. You can be that person. You already are today. So ask the astronaut your best question. Ask the one that you're slightly embarrassed to ask, that is almost always the good one. Kenya belongs in space. I wish you an unforgettable contact with the International Space Station. With all my encouragement and belief in you, asante sana. God bless you all, and may you always reach for the stars. Habari zenu yote.
A round of applause for Dr. Wanjiku as a Kenyan abroad trying to push this agenda of space. I hope you've been inspired, and remember that space is for everyone. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. So the next video, please.
Greetings to learners, teachers, and guests, and thank you to the hosts, the Kenyan Space Agency, for inviting me to give this message. My name is Dr. Charles Takalana. I'm the Deputy Director at the International Astronomical Union's Office of Astronomy for Development. I am also an astronomer. Our office is hosted at the South African Astronomical Observatory in Cape Town, and we are a partnership between the National Research Foundation of South Africa and the International Astronomical Union, which is the global body for astronomy. I'd like to congratulate Kenya for securing this ERAS contact. We know that these are very competitive, and we are very excited that you can have this moment as well. So today, learners are going to be able to speak to an astronaut. And, so one thing is, you need to remember is that the astronaut began right where you are today. They began as a young, curious child. They were not very certain about their path. And, for you sitting here today, you might find yourself even reaching for the stars or beyond. You do not need to leave this continent to be able to do work within these areas. We are building our own capacity on the continent. We are building our own instrumentation. We are now able to gather our own data. And also, we've got careers that are now increasing, within these fields. And space science need more than just, astronomers, more than engineers, more than programmers and technicians. But it needs, other careers, like data scientists, like communicators, lawyers, and project managers. All of these skills that you'll gain over the years can contribute to the growth, of the African space economy and the African space community as well. So ask the difficult questions today. The habit of asking is what makes science what it is. It's what makes science exciting. Whatever answer you get, write it down. And, that is, how you can start your own research career as well. From these questions and these answers, that you're going to see or get here today. So I'd like to thank the Kenyan Space Agency and your school as well, and also ERAS for making this possible. And the OAD works with partners across the continent, and we are very glad to support the Kenyan initiatives and also be able to follow, what is happening today. Greetings to learners, teachers, and guests, and thank you to the hosts, the Kenyan Space Agency, for inviting me to give this message. My name is Dr. Charles Takalana. I'm the Deputy Director at the International Astronomical Union's Office of Astronomy for Development. I am also an astronomer.
Thank you very much. A round of applause to Dr. Takalana all the way from South Africa. So next we'll have an in-person presentation of about 4 or so minutes by David Kinyua, an aeronautical engineer at the Kenya Space Agency. A round of applause for him as he gets on stage. Thank you very much.
The Director General, Kenya Space Agency, the representation of Board of Management, the representative from IRIS. Good afternoon. My name is David Kinyua. As you have been told, I'm an aeronautical engineer at the Kenya Space Agency. Today I'll be taking you through overview of the event that we are hosting here. So, the space industry has come very far from the time when we launched the first man to the moon, from the first satellite that we also sent to space. And today we can see many countries are also joining the race, including Kenya, which is having its own space agency and spearheading space activities in Kenya. Right now you can see, as the DG has mentioned, that the space is part of our lives through navigation, communication, and other space services. On the Kenya Space Agency, our mandate is to promote, to coordinate, and to regulate space-related activities in Kenya. So we do this through focusing on 4 main thematic areas, which are enhancing utilization of space technology, and we do this by providing space-derived data and demonstrating space technology to institutions and other partners and stakeholders to actually make sure that the industry is growing in Kenya. We also develop national space capability through infrastructure development, human technical capacity development, and that is also a very key focus for us at the Space Agency. We also promote and nurture space economy through the supporting innovation and startups to make sure that actually maybe researches in our institutions are actualizing into real products and even enterprises to spur the economy. We also do awareness creation through events and actually making sure that the public appreciates space technology in their life, and to inspire the students to pursue careers in space technology. So the video that we have watched, you have been taken through an overview of the International Space Station. I will not dwell on it, but I would say that many state agencies, government-owned agencies and private agencies are carrying so many missions to the International Space Station, including repair and maintenance, scientific researches, waste disposals, and all the missions that can be carried out to space for even future experiments and explorations. So currently at the International Space Station, we have 7 astronauts who are living and working there. And our focus today will be on astronaut from France, who is Sophie Adonaut. Adonaut is a professional pilot, a human factor engineering professional, a space aircraft flight mechanic, and she has lived in space for 173 days. She went there on 13th of February this year. So we are very honored today to be speaking to her, and we look forward to this contact with the astronaut. I'm sure the students are very excited, as we are all excited for this experience. So amateur radio on ISS is a global educational initiative that seeks to inspire students where they can actually communicate with the astronaut on board the International Space Station using amateur radio technology. And through this, the students are able to ask the astronauts questions in real time, learn how space communication works, experience science on something active and real. And this transforms their curiosity into direct engagement with the astronauts in space. So this year, 2026, Kenya, through Kenya Space Agency, is hosting this event, and we seek to inspire the learners to pursue careers in science, engineering, technology, and mathematics through this kind of interaction with real astronauts to be able to bring the abstract into reality for the students. Thank you very much, and I wish you a pleasant afternoon.
Thank you very much, David, for that presentation. A round of applause from the Kenya Space Agency as he takes his seat. So we are slowly getting to the most exciting part of this event. So right now we are T-minus 16 minutes until we hand over to the station in Belgium. So what is going to happen, let me have 3 volunteers. 3 volunteers, come. Oh. Let me have the 3 volunteers to show you what exactly is going to happen at this for the next few minutes. So, your name, please.
My name is, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nicholas Biwott. I work for KTN as a cameraman.
Okay, thank you, cameraman Biwott. So you'll be the Earth, okay? So you'll just stand right here. And then your name, please.
My name is Nina Wangoi.
And Nina Wangoi, you will be us, all right? You will be us here sitting in SWA, in this lovely school, all right? And then your name, please? Blaze.
Yes.
So Blaze will be the International Space Station, all right? So this is what is happening. The International Space Station is going around the Earth, go around the Earth very, very fast, like you're running, all right? So this is what is happening, and our job here on Earth or in this room is to try and catch her for a certain period of time. Just 10 minutes. Who remembers the speed of the International Space Station? Yes? 28,000 kilometers per hour. And how far are we from the International Space Station? 400 kilometers. So what is going to happen? Nina, oh sorry, your name?
Nina Wangoi.
Yes, Nina. So Nina is a receiving station, or where we'll get the signal in Belgium. And that's the person we will get into contact with in the next 10 minutes, all right? We have a very fast International Space Station. So the time, I forgot her name, but this is the only window that we have, just 10 minutes because of how fast the International Space Station is moving. Thank you very much to our lovely volunteers. You can sit down. Thank you very much. A round of applause for them. So I hope you get the concept, and as Bwana DG said, this is a very complex operation. It's not simple, right? So that's an infographic of the International Space Station as it travels around the Earth. So the International Space Station circles the Earth once every 90 minutes. So you can imagine from Nairobi, you go all the way around the Atlantic Ocean, the US, Asia. The International Space Station is doing that in 90 minutes. That's very, very fast. So as we try to get contact, I hope the technical team is working on that. We will have mics going around. And I want you to tell us, if you are going to the International Space Station, what would you carry? What would you carry? What would you carry? For example, I would carry my Bible. I would carry a family photo. And I will carry chocolate. All right? Because it's my favorite snack. So do we have the mics? Do we have the mics? Do we have the mics? I want you to tell us, if you are going to the International Space Station, what would you carry? Anyone who wants to go? Anyone who wants to go? Yes, from KTN.
Definitely, I will carry my camera to take the spectacular views of the planet Earth.
That's very true. A round of applause. A round of applause. So, do we have another mic? Okay. Let me just... Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can give it to her. Yeah. You tell us your name and what you will carry to the International Space Station. Technical team, I hope we are on track. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
My name is Skyla. I will carry my toothbrush and
Toothbrush and toothpaste to the International Space Station. A round of applause. Yeah, you have to have clean teeth in space, all right? Yeah, you can't have bad breath in space. Thank you very much. Where's the other mic? Oh, yes. Where's...
My name is Dylan. I would carry an oxygen mask.
Very interesting. An oxygen mask. What would you carry to the International Space Station? We've had a toothbrush, oxygen mask, a camera. All right, so right now, reminding you, we are T-minus 10 minutes until contact. T-minus 10 minutes. Our students who are speaking to the astronauts, are you here? Oh, yes, there's another hand. Okay, speak.
My name is Keo Kiari, and I would carry a family, a photo of my family and my camera.
Amazing. A round of applause. Family first. Yeah? I think there was a hand here. Oh, yes.
My name is Alvin Bet. I will carry my family and all the necessary things I need.
Yeah, he'll carry the whole family to the International Space Station. That's amazing. Do we have the last two? Yes, Mike. Thank you very much.
My name is Sharon. I am a hairdresser. I'll carry some braids to do my hair on my free time.
Sorry, please repeat.
My name is Sharon Ayub. I am a hairdresser. I'll carry...
Fantastic. So, passion can go to space, right? So no matter what you do, you can carry it to the space. I think you have one last hand there. One last hand.
My name is Kush, and I would go with extra oxygen and food.
Extra oxygen and food. Very, very important. Now let me ask, how big? So maybe we can have the video of Sophie, the astronaut, talking as we get contact ready.
I dreamed of becoming an astronaut since I was a little girl. It was part of me for a very long time. I grew up in the countryside in the middle of France in Burgundy.
So we are still trying to establish contact with the ground station in Belgium, and the next voice you'll hear after mine is the moderator of this session, Gian Petrio, all the way from Italy, who is in charge of the amateur radio program on the International Space Station. And this is just a preview video of our astronaut Sophie, France, but now in the International Space Station. Team, are we ready
to go? I live a life full of adventure, and all those resonated in me. As a child, I was very inspired by all the biographies of explorers, of adventurers, scientists. I really wanted to
unmute the microphone if you can.
I dreamt of becoming an astronaut since I was a little girl. It was part of me for a very long time. I grew up in the countryside in the middle of France in Burgundy. I was raised in a family where curiosity was very much encouraged. We were given a lot of freedom to explore the world by ourselves, and learning was part of everyday life. My grandpa was a mechanic in the French Air Force, and I was hearing his stories about how he would repair aircrafts and how he would give those aircraft to pilots. He lived a lot of adventures with the Air Force, and I really wanted to live a life full of adventure, and all those resonated in me. As a child, I was very inspired by all the biographies of explorers.
You can. You can try that again.
You say it again, please.
But we can
start the test.
Yeah, so two things. I call the International Space Station, and when I ask Sophie if she's ready for questions, I say, "School, go ahead." And that's the sign that you can ask your first question. Don't forget, at the end of the question, say over, so I can switch from transmit to receive, that we listen to the answer of Sophie. Is that a copy?
Copy that.
Copy that.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
My name is Jay from year 12. After months in microgravity, how does your sense of up and down change? And what does returning to Earth feel like? Over.
Okay, over.
My name is Jay from year 12. After months in microgravity, how does your sense of up and down change? And what does returning to Earth feel like? Over.
Okay, over.
My name is Jay from year 12. After months in microgravity, how does your sense of up and down change? And what does returning to Earth feel like?
I didn't hear the second question, so... Okay, over.
My name is Bhavya Patel from year 12. With 16 sunrises and sunsets a day, how does space affect your sense of time and sleep? Over.
Yeah. Still a little echo on your audio, so it's quite difficult to understand. Over.
My name is Bhavya Patel from year 12. With 16 sunrises and sunsets a day, how does space affect your sense of time and sleep? Over.
Yeah. Still a little
My name is Shanice. I'm from year 9. What is happiness to adapting to gravity?
Bhavya Patel from year 12. With 16
very good question.
a day, how does space affect your sense of time and sleep? Over.
My name is Angel. I'm from year 9. What is space? Over.
Very good question.
Very good question. How does space affect your sense of time and sleep? Over.
My name is Camilla. Which place on
Okay, there's still echo and it's difficult to understand, but it's a very good question.
My name is Camilla. Which place on
How does it sound your end?
Well, there is a little echo still on your audio, so I suggest that I warn Sophie that we have audio issues, that we can read the questions from the list in the same order that you're asking them. Okay, over. Little echo still on your audio, so I suggest that I warn Sophie that we have audio issues, so asking the questions in the same sequence, and then we are in the script, and we can go continue with that. We try to do with it. I think it's an issue on your side. Over. So asking the question in the same sequence. I think it's we have now 10 minutes of acquisition of signal.
Okay, guys, so we suggest the start of the official procedure. Since we are 10 minutes on the application, give me a go, and I will introduce the contact, and then the script that we prepared coming to the event. We suggest the start of the official procedure. Since we are 10 minutes on the application, give me a go, and I will introduce the contact, and then the script that we prepared. So, good morning, everyone. Oscar Juliet, and I will be the moderator for the event. Let me give you the contact that we are going to do in some minutes to the help of some volunteers, amateur volunteers, and also the community on the space station, especially today we will have also the Adano French European that will establish contact with the schooling team here, while it's flying some international station above the Earth that's around 380 kilometers. This is made possible by IRIS, amateur radio from the international station. Currently, the ISS line in the Atlantic Ocean, the speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. The contact will be conducted in one of our amateur radio television stations, part of the network worldwide, that is making possible the one today. IRIS is a consortium of volunteers, amateur volunteers from all the nations that are participating and operating the space station. And just to give an example, some of the IRIS members are the national amateur radio clubs, like the American Radio Lady, all the worldwide amateur radio satellite operations, and also the space agencies that are conducting the ISS. Canadian Space Agency, European Space Agency, Japanese and NASA in the US, and the amateur ground station that will establish contact with the ISS is Oscar member for India, located in Belgium. Thank you, Jan, for sending us out today. We are just less than 8 minutes from contact time. Today's contact will be hosted by Kenya Space Agency in Nairobi, Kenya. We will have some students asking a few questions to the astronaut. So, Jan, Oscar November 4, India, before we start the event, please tell us about your station, where you are, where you are located, and how you will end the conversation with the ISS. A few questions to you, Jan. Over.
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity to assist you today for the link to the International Space Station. The amateur radio station that assists you today with this radio link to the ISS is located in Belgium, situated in the southern region near Antwerp in the town of Haarlem. This amateur radio ground station is kept operational by the UVA, and the section AAA, the Antwerp Active Amateur, uses two-way radios, fully computer controlled for frequencies, also antenna tracking with both signal elevation as well as computer controls. Our antennas are already appointed in the direction of approach, and the frequency is set to the receiving channel. We expect to make contact when the ISS passes over the horizon, the horizon. We follow the ISS during 11 minutes, and we have a high elevation of 89 degrees. So we probably lose contact when the ISS is going away over Eastern Europe. So when I start and I hear nothing, we follow that sound is the noise sound that's created by no casuals. So that means as soon as the ISS passes over the horizon, we have the possibility of precision of signal. And it's important when we ask him questions, at the end he says over, that gives me the opportunity to switch.
If I can now. Thank you, hello everyone in Kenya. Now, I think that we are Kenya Space Agency, if you want, tell us a little bit about the school that is participating to the event, a little bit about you, to you in Kenya. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Petro. Gathered here is a group of students, members of the public, space enthusiasts, ready to hear about the live contact and the experience of our ESA astronauts on the International Space Station. Over.
Okay, thank you. We still have a lot of echo. I hope that when the contact is going, everything will be okay. So we are 4 minutes from the event. Let me remember that we are doing an experiment, so we can never tell the results in advance, positive or negative, until the experiment is over. So again, let me remember to the students to not forget to say over at the end of the question. And yes, we are ready. I would say we stay waiting, and Jan, as soon as you want, you can start calling the ISS. And good luck, and I will be again with you at the end of the contact. So good luck, and to you, Jan, over.
Okay, thank you. My computers tell me that ISS is still 6 degrees under the horizon, so my antennas tracking as soon as they going -5 for the repositioning, the fine-tuning of that antenna system, and that's a little seconds from now, and it's the station is about 3,000 kilometers away from now. So it's too early to make contact, but it's still an experiment. So I updated the Kepler elements, so I'm quite sure that my calculation is correct. We are still now 4 degrees under the horizon, and if you will, I will start calling, but it can take a few times before Sophie really answer our call. So that in short, and okay. This is Oscar November 4, India Sierra Sierra, OM4 ISS, calling Oscar Romeo 4 ISS for an Irish kettle contact. How do you copy? Over. Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Dit is Oscar November 4 India Sierra Sierra, OM 4 ISS for an air schedule contact. How do you copy? Over. Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Dit is Oscar November 4 India Sierra Sierra for an air schedule contact. How do you copy? Over. Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. Dit is Oscar November 4 India Sierra Sierra for an air schedule contact. How copy? Over. Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, dit is OM 4 ISS. How copy? Over. Okay, Oscar Romeo 4 ISS. At the moment you are weak in the signal, but we can hear you. Are you ready for questions? Over.
I am ready for questions. Over.
Okay, we have students from Nairobi in Kenya, but we have little issues on this audio on their side when they asking the questions. But we will sure your answer will be clear. So it's best if you follow the list. School, go ahead.
Hi, I am Jane. After months in microgravity, how does your sense of up and down change, and what does returning to Earth feel like? Over.
Hello. First, I want to say a big hello to Kenya Space Agency. I'm very, very happy to talk to you. You know, your country is so beautiful from up here. So now, first question. I think the sense of up and down doesn't mean anything when we are in microgravity. So we learn to move in 3 dimensions. We learn to work in 3 dimensions. We even sleep in like in whatever orientation we are. So when returning back to Earth, I think it won't be surprising. Over.
My name is Bhavya in year 12 with 16 sunrises and sunsets a day. How does space affect your sense of time and sleep? Over.
Hello, very good question. In fact, not all of the modules in the ISS have windows. So we are on the same circadian rhythm as on Earth. We are right now on the GMT, the Greenwich time, which is right now it is almost noon, midday, and so we regulate this with lightings in the modules. So daytime we put lights on, and nighttime we turn them almost all off. But yeah, we don't really have the perturbation from the outside sunrises and sunsets. It's just beautiful for us to see, but it's not affecting sleep and time. Over.
My name is Shanice. I'm in year 9. And what Earth habit was hardest to unlearn when adapting to microgravity? Over.
Hey, I love your question. You know, on Earth, when you leave, you stop using your pen. You put it on the table. It stays on the table. In here, if you stop using a pen, you leave it in space, and then it floats away and it disappears, and then you lose time searching for items. So the idea of leaving things somewhere is a really bad habit in space. Nothing stays where you have stays wherever you have put it. Over.
My name is Angel. I'm in year 12. What daily ritual helps you stay mentally grounded in space? Over.
That's a great question too. Yeah, daily rituals are very important to stay grounded. So for me, it's when I wake up in the morning, I go open the shutters of the cupola and I see the Earth, though it's so beautiful. And in the evening, what I do to stay grounded, I do a few yin yoga movements and stretches just to unwind from the day. And those two habits, right after I wake up and right before bedtime, really help me stay grounded. Over.
My name is Camilla. I'm in year 8. Which place on Earth looks most different from orbit than expected? Over.
That's an excellent question too. So I think like all of the places look really beautiful, but I was really amazed by how Africa looks so beautiful and so diverse. From north to south, you have all the variety of landscapes. So I would say Africa was the one of my favorite continents seen from up here. Over.
My name is William. I'm in grade 7, and my question is, what unique challenges could emerging space nations like Kenya help solve? Over.
I think it's great that we have in the world emerging space nations, because it's a new dynamism, a new, fresh ideas and new way to see things. And we need, in order, space exploration is so complex that we need all of the different way of thinking, all of the new fresh ideas. We need all of the energy of new emerging space nations. And so I think you guys can help solve a ton in future space exploration, and I'm looking forward to working with you. Over.
My name is Aminia 10. What environmental change have you seen visibly while standing from the ISS, and how has that changed your view of Earth-based NATO?
Hey, yes, that's very not an easy question in sense of we see when there's a lot of dry environment. We see the lakes shrinking. I even saw an island that was like buried underwater. So we see floodings, we see fires, we see the lake shrinking because of not enough rain. So we see a lot in here, and it just wants us to do more to help take care of our planet. Over.
My name is Adriana in year 10, asking, how does ISS data help track deforestation, desertification, and agricultural use in East Africa? Over.
Great question, thank you. I think the ISS has a long history of monitoring the Earth via crew observation and scientific experiments installed outside the space station. The ISS has helped farmers, earth scientists, and meteorologists, and even first responders of natural disasters. They provided light. We sometimes are asked to provide real-time and historical data. We also look forward to providing weather and climate data to scientists soon with ClimCam, and we are currently working to get it installed and activated aboard the ISS. ClimCam, it's a joint effort between Kenya, Egypt, Uganda to study climate change in East Africa. That's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Over.
My name is Aiden in year 11. And which current ongoing experiments in the ISS do you think could bring a big change in everyday life on Earth? Over.
My personal feeling, but it's just my feeling, Sophie, I think the research we do for cancer, we do a lot of research, for diseases up here. And the research for cancer is going to be the biggest impact. I really hope in a few years that this disease will be solved and we'll have found medical treatments and everything. And the research we do up here really helps for that. Over.
My name is Dylan Mark. I'm in grade 6. And my question is, what progress has been made in making edible plants in space? Over.
Hello, I love this question, and it's such an important question that we also see it in lots of space movies. But in real life, yeah, there are a lot of experiments for edible plants, and we've done one in our increments. So there's been a huge progress, but for now they are really kept at the level of experiment, so because it needs some more time to analyze. So still a work in progress. Over.
1 minute.
I am Jay from year 12. Which emerging technology will have the biggest impact on future human space exploration?
So I think when we will be able to travel further when we'll have more technology in order to travel faster and to like destinations which are further away. For now, we are limited to the moon because propulsion is not solved yet. But really looking forward to new propulsion emerging technology. Over. And with that, I really wanted to thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Kenya Space Agency. I really love your content, and I'm looking forward to talk to you in real. Over.
Hey, Kenya, say thank you.
Thank you very much from Nairobi, Kenya, to our astronaut Sophie, our operators Jan and Gianpetro, for the opportunity to inspire the next generation of scientists. Over.
Oscar Romeo 4 ISS, it is ON4 ISS. We open clear, 7-3, out. That was it.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you for the great job. And thank you to all the students for the great questions. I think we had 11 questions answered by Sophie Hadenau. Very good job. Congratulations to everyone. So the experiment was done. Congratulations to the organization in Kenya for this first time event for ARIS in Kenya. From my side, thanks for everything you did in the last month preparing for the event. Thank you, Jan, for the perfect job you did, as usual. And good continue for the event to all of you. And as we say, as amateur radio operators, 73, and goodbye from my side. Thank you.
Okay, 7-3 also from my side. Thank you.
A round of applause for that exercise. Thank you. Thank you very much to all our participants. A round of applause for that exercise once again. As you can see, rocket science is not easy, all right? Neither is talking to an astronaut on an object going at 28,000 kilometers per hour. But we truly do appreciate our students for the questions. A round of applause for them as well. And just to get a few reflections as we close, maybe we can have Maynard. Maynard, tell us about your experience talking to a live astronaut. How was the feeling? Is there anything it's changing for you? Maynard, do you have a mic? Okay. Milan, yes.
Mostly the experience felt special. It felt good to talk to someone who's experienced, and yeah, it was good.
Thank you for your honest remarks. A round of applause for Milan. And lastly, Aiden, you can tell us the same thing. How did you feel? Has this inspired you as it was meant to be?
Great experience for me overall. I have to profusely thank all the people that were able to get this event to happen. Ever grateful for that. And yes, it was exciting to be able to talk to an astronaut in real time live. That's something that you don't hear about. And I hope that this inspires every other person in this room, so you can also get a few of us to be in the ISS, and maybe one day we'll be the ones talking to you guys live. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. We can have just one or two more reflections from the audience. As the people on the receiving end, what was your experience? Yes.
Thank you. I actually got chills from this. I'm super excited about this. For me, I also came from Atlanta to be able to push gamers, because I believe gamers have the skills that's required to not only build the experiences there, but also to build the skills that we require to take them there. Thank you.
Fantastic. All the way from Atlanta. Thank you for your response. One last one from our young generation. Okay. Young. Okay. Yeah, in 30 seconds, how was the experience from receiving that live call?
Okay, so what I feel, first, I'm young, I'm 16 actually. Okay, so what I was saying was, I think this is a very inspirational thing to talk about, the fact that we're able to connect with an astronaut to the ISS, to show that it's not actually that difficult to go to those lengths in terms of space. So I think this was a very inspirational thing for us, especially for the people who are from Alliance here, wanted to start a space club of our own in the school so we could make space more available to everyone. Yes.
Thank you so much. That's such an all-round testimony. So we are not just here to listen, but you're here to listen and go impact, right? Start your own space clubs, tell someone about space, and inspire them that they can be the next generation of astronauts like Sophie. So to give our closing remarks, I will invite Colonel Nixon from the Kenya Space Agency to round us up. Karibu sana, Colonel. Yes.
So good afternoon. You can hear me? As introduced by our very able MC, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Nixon Kosi. I'm from the Kenya Space Agency. I head a directorate that goes by the name Space Applications and Utilization. We have other directorates at the agency, and we work hand in hand to ensure that space matters, or rather the space ecosystem in the country grows. And one way we do that is through outreach activities, like the event we are attending today, to help spur interest amongst the young people to take up space-related careers. So my brief here today is basically to give a vote of thanks, first of all, to the ARIS team in Europe. They have already checked out, but we are grateful for the behind-the-scene organization to ensure that this event was successful. The other group I would wish also to commend is the organization team from the agency, led by Joan Tanin. Joan, where are you? Joan, that's our very able lady. So all the ladies, students in the audience, you have someone to look up to. I'd also commend our comms team, led by Joanna Chepchumba. Joan, you can wave to the people in the room. Oh, she's outside, eh? So Joan and his team did a lot of, put a lot of effort in popularizing this event on the social media, basically to increase awareness for the event. I would also like to commend the Swaminarayan Academy. Okay. The name is quite long. I think if I focus on those two, I might not swallow my tongue. But we are very grateful for agreeing to host us, and we believe that this will be the commencement of a long and fruitful partnership between us. The students who participated in the questions, We commend you for your effort in ensuring that the question session ran seamlessly. Last but not least, I'd also wish to thank our Director General, Major General Hilary Kipkosgei. So we are grateful for agreeing to facilitate and providing the resources to make this event successful. During the introductions, I had schools. There was Alliance High School, there was Thika High School, there was St. Scholastica Catholic School. I also had Kenton. Then there was a homeschooler. Congratulations. In the post-contact reflection, the student from Alliance mentioned that they are interested in starting a space club. And I also believe that this is the aspirations of the other schools that are represented here. At the agency, we have an outreach department, which our very able Joan Tanin, the coordinator for the event, works in. And before you leave, okay, especially the young man from Alliance who indicated interest in starting a space club at the school, I would wish that you reach out to Joan, and this applies to the other schools also, including the host school. Yeah, we would wish to assist you in establishing this space club. So as Wanjiku, Kanjumba, and Dr. Takalana told us during their speeches, as they were speaking to us, to the young, to the students among us, curiosity. Okay? Curiosity is something that you should nurture for the rest of your school career, your professional career in future, and for the rest of your life. Be a lifelong student, not only of matter space, but of other fields that we have. So without much ado, thank you all once again. This brings us to the conclusion of today's event. But before I sit down, I'd want to welcome George Chara also. Or that will be the MC. Or let me hand over to the MC to invite him on stage.
Mr. George, you have the opportunity to give us the closing remarks for a minute or so as we bring this end to this event to a close. A round of applause for our teacher who's made this possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon all. Mine is just to appreciate the Kenya Space Agency and students, parents, and our Board of Governors for accepting to host us. To students, I believe this is one thing that people have dreamt of to have in their lifetime, interacting with astronauts aboard the International Space Station. And it opens us, and most of us, to explore space courses or courses related to space science and engineering, robotics, and everything. Otherwise, enjoy yourself and try to meet the limitless possibilities that are limitless. So explore space. Thank you, and always welcome from Narayan Academy. Anything space, you are always ready. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. George. So now we've come officially to the end of this session, and I'd like each and every one of you to give yourselves a hearty round of applause for being here and making history as we end this event. So we'll have a photo session next, where we'll have the learners who contacted the astronauts with the Director General. Will come and take a photo right here in front. Our dear students. Yes, it is you. Yeah. Please join us on stage as we take a photo with the Director General of the Kenya Space Agency. And then immediately after that, we'll have the head of organizations present to join in the photo. And after that, we'll have a photo outside for everyone. Additionally, there are also a few stands on your side where we have various organizations exhibiting. We have CubeCraft, we have Leo Sky Africa, we have the Kenya Space Agency, Mars Society Kenya, Women in Space Kenya, so you can go and explore the possibilities. Yes, so that's a photo session being taken.
So next we can have, as they take their photo, we can have the head of organizations, any space-related organizations. If you're present, your photo is next. And also there's a placard outside where you can take a photo with. I'm sure the guys at the reception will mention. So we'll take the photos outside. Okay, I think we can all go outside to take those photos. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.